All right, so my last video there, I mentioned that I was going to be having a little off-season fun and kind of just doing a hobby of mine and really bringing back some childhood memories. So if I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because I've been hiking for about a mile and a half already. It's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches of fresh powder. It wasn't enough to bring the snowshoes, and the other reason I'm out of breath is carrying, let me see if I can do that a little better. Carrying a lot of weight, 2 bags, fully loaded down. And the reason for that is because back in 1997, back when I was just a little boy, my father was part of a hunting club in upstate New York in the Adirondacks, and we built a cabin, and over the years a lean-to, and it was home for about 10 years. On every weekend we would hike in, and my sisters would come, my mom, my grandma, and there was no electricity, no running water. You just bring stuff in and wood stove, and that was good for about a decade. And then the land ownership changed hands. The lease ran out and all the camps had to go. At the time, my father was busy, and he basically just made an agreement with someone who wanted it, who could use it on another piece of property. They could come in and get it, pull it out. The camp was on skids. Everything else was either destroyed. Well, there's no other. Everything was destroyed and taken out except for our lean-to. And the reason that lean-to is still there is because no one knew it was there when people came in to take down all the existing camps. There's about 10 people in the world that know that this lean-to exists until you guys see it, but no one's gonna know where it is except for a select few people. I want to keep it that way for as long as possible. So, a little backstory. Again, this camp was probably used from 1997 to 2007, about 10 years, let's say, regularly, every weekend, long weekend. It was just nice to get away and snowmobile and ATV and all that, and just kind of be away from stuff. After 2007, it sat here vacant for a long time before the land ownership changed. We stopped using it, and then once we found out the ownership was changing, I hiked in with a couple friends of mine back in probably 2014, 2015, and took out some of the small stuff that we could carry, some stuff that we wanted, some memorabilia really, and just some knickknacks, and the rest was history. Fast forward to 2020. Today is, I want to say, I don't even know, the 21st maybe? I don't really care, but 21st, let's just say, the week before Christmas. This is my second time going in this month. The first time was with my wife a few weeks ago. We hiked in. We're absolutely astonished that the thing was there. Didn't have high hopes. Haven't seen it, like I said, since 2015, and it was still there. So it hadn't been touched. It was in good shape. So here I am, hiking in some equipment. In this bag, in the bag on my back, I have a piece of steak and a sweet potato for dinner, some change of socks, some light underwear, and some stuff to stay warm tonight. It should be cold. I got, can't really see, sleeping bag back there, negative 20-degree sleeping bag. I've had this thing since my grandfather got it for me for this camp back in the 90s. Still great, sleeping bag. Flashlights, fire starters. I got an axe, well, I got a hatchet and a saw. The bag in my front here is stuff that I'm gonna leave. So my goal is in here, I got some nails, some chimney stuff. I want to see if I can get the wood stove working. Dropping stuff. My bags are so full that I can't even keep my bladder stuff in there. I'm just carrying them on top. So let me start that over. I'll take a little break here on some flat land now. Been going pretty good for a while without a break. In this bag we have supplies. I got some canned food, can opener, some candles, some nails, and other stuff that I need to use to kind of just tidy down some canvas and stuff there. And like I said, some stuff for the chimney, this coffee pot. I got some coffee, some glass jars and matches, and a can opener, just stuff. Some lanterns, some battery powered lanterns, extra batteries. And the goal is that I'm gonna basically beat myself to death today hiking all this equipment in here, and most of it's gonna stay in the lean-to. And then every time I come, just bring a little bit, and theoretically over time my hikes in should get easier, my bag should get lighter, and I'm gonna have to bring less and less stuff in. So today's the first day kind of stocking the lean-to, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of that and see how it goes. It's getting a little challenging here. So this trail is not really marked anymore. It's not traveled well. So I'm gonna put my phone away for a little bit, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit once we get in there. All right, we're just about here. As you can see, the trail's old, not maintained. Trees across it, very difficult to find if you don't know it's here. You could be 10 feet away from the lean-to and you wouldn't find it, which is good. That's why it's been here so long, with no one bothering it, because they don't know it's here. This is the last structure standing. This is pretty sketchy. This is broken right in the middle. I have to touch it. Oh. Okay. Basically in the middle of nowhere. Mountains up there. We're basically the bases of mountains. I'm not going to say which ones. Oh, some giant rock. We need to go down here. Oh. Snow's pretty deep. It's you know, it's deep enough to where you could use snowshoes, but it's not deep enough to where you need them. I have so much weight on my back right now that I made the decision when I left the truck not to bring snowshoes, and I have the crampons on my feet, which have been giving me incredible traction the whole way in, just the yak tracks. Whew. Hopefully you guys aren't prone to nauseous sickness, because you'll be throwing up by the time I get there, but we're just about there. It's around the corner. I wanted to show this trail going into it. A trail that you just wouldn't ever find. We are 3 miles off of a road that is a few miles from another road that is a few miles from another road, and off that road you can get to a highway, and then you still got to drive probably 30 minutes before you get cell service. So, you know, you're out here in the Adirondack Park. There's no one around. There is a popular trailhead that you have to walk for a little bit, and once you pass that, you got to go another 2.5 miles in the woods, unmarked. So it's in there. You can't even tell. You start to see, well, I can see with my eyes. You probably can't see it, which is good. Here's our trails. My wife and I's trails, we came from that way that time. Or tracks, I should say. When we were last in here. Look at this. This is a trail. I get covered in snow here down my neck. Let me put my hood up quick. Get in here without falling down. Okay, hold on. Whew, tired and dropping everything. Okay, so here's the lean-to from up on the porch. Pretty close to it. Obviously, I'll get something from down here a little later. When I catch my breath, there's a creek that runs all the way down through here. Let's take a look inside. So again, this has been here since late 90s. Untouched. Still got the wood stove in here. I brought some stuff, see if we can get that working. Brought a little broom. I'm going to sweep some of this stuff up, clean it out. I laid on the cots the last time I was here. They're both strong. Roof is not in terrible shape. Structurally, it's good. Some spots we had a tree come through, but some nice rubber material over top. You know, it's just a shelter to come up here and stay a couple nights, and I think it's going to serve. That purpose well. So I'm going to change my clothes and get dry. And priority one, right here, get some heat. Okay, haven't gotten around to cleaning yet, but unpacked a little bit so I can get some supplies. You can see all my weight I was carrying. Cold. Getting a little fire going in here. So some of this wood is for. So try to get a little fire going, get some wood for later. That'll be that. Oh, I'm gonna try to get some wood. Haven't quite decided if I'm staying in for the night yet. It all depends on if I can get enough wood to enough dry wood, dry-ish wood to burn. Enough the night to keep warm. I'm going to try to do is cut enough. And I got nothing to do all day, really. I'm going to cut enough for tonight. I'm going to cut plenty for tonight. And my hopes is that I don't need to use as much as I think. It's actually pretty warm in the lean-to already. The walls block the wind. And fire that I have going right now is enough to keep it comfortable, and I'm comfortable and I'm in wet clothes. I'm still wet. My feet are soaking wet. I'm not going to change into anything dry and warm until I'm done doing all this stuff around here, cleaning up, and that's all the stuff that I swept up from the floor. It's the dry stuff around, so I'm keeping it for now. But I got dry clothes and warm stuff and a -20 sleeping bag, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna change into that when I'm inside for the night. I think once I get enough wood piled up in here, probably just change and just kind of hang out inside for the night. I can do coffee and my dinner and stuff right on this wood stove as long as I can keep it running. So got a lot of dry stuff to burn tonight here. This is a bucket of paper and coal, which was left here long ago. This stove here is not bad. I'm getting all tangled up here. I brought in some furnace cement because when I was in here with Elizabeth, my wife, noticed that there's some cracking along here and smoke had been coming out. So I sealed it up the best I could with what I had. There's normally a circular plate here. Earlier there was, I don't know if you remember, there's a circle hole here. I looked all over for that piece. This would go down inside that plate and you could pull it out. You can drop longer sticks in the top down into the fire. You can cook on this. Unfortunately, that's gone. And this piece didn't fit, which when I bought it, I knew it wasn't going to fit. When my wife and I came in here, no one was expecting it. So I didn't bring a tape measure or anything like that, you know. But when we got here, the stove was here and the piping was all screwed up from where the tree came through, and I got a piece that was good enough, close enough from the hardware store, cemented it all up, and it'll work. I mean, it'll work for what we want it for. I mean, the structure's here, the structure's good. The glass somehow hasn't broken in the last 10 years or so. You know, if you seal it up enough to where you're not smoked out while you're staying, it'd be good. My idea really is to, one, I'm just killing time this winter. I found it. It's kind of cool, something to do. I checked the weather at home before I left. It's supposed to be 38 degrees, so I'm not going to be plowing. So the goal is to get this kind of set up for hunting in the fall and, you know, have fun in the summer. These cold nights are going to be tough until I can stockpile some wood, but I think we're going to get through it tonight. It's a little update on what's going on now. We're inside. We're trying to get dry. It's tight quarters, so it's hard to record, but let me show you what we got going on here. So we got the stove working. We got some heat in there. We got plenty of wood. I think that's going to be good enough for tonight. You got some heat coming up now, so just trying to dry out some of my clothes. Got the sleeping bag all set up. And why my bag was so heavy today, got some lanterns in the corners, and these will open up later if I need some more room. So they'll, hold on 1 second. It'll stick out like that, pull you up. You can close it. And I got some candles to light later if I want a little light or if the batteries die. And then just brought some stuff up, you know. Got some foil for the potato later, coffee maker. Got some coffee in here. There's a bar of soap, some toilet paper, a little coffee cup, and some utensils, and some toothbrushes, toothpaste, salt and pepper, cards, notes for stuff I want to bring next time. A little hash, some ravioli, and some beans. Got my potato for later. Brought in this can opener and this cast iron pan. Down here, some of the stuff that I was carrying in was my axe and my saw, the cement, some fire starter. Brought in this little broom to clean up the floor, and some of these nails and stuff were already here. I brought in this box, some more candles and some pliers because I had to do the roof work, or the piping work. And that's really it. This is home. This is home, you know, for the night, and it's nice, and I like it. And it's actually pretty warm in here. It's actually pretty nasty out here. It doesn't look it. It's flurrying a little bit, but the wind is kind of strong. So I've been working all day. I don't know what this bag weighed, but I don't know what the bag weighed walking in, but it was heavy, and it was a workout, and I was tired coming in, and it took a while to chop all that. Well, where is it? Down there. Chop all that wood. Well, I wouldn't say chop it. Cut all that wood and give enough heat for tonight. And I think we got it. There's still some coal left over. When I get ready to go to bed, I'll probably pop a bunch of that coal in there, and it'll stay nice and hot. And having all this stuff up here, it doesn't look like much, but it's all stuff that I'm never gonna have to bring in again, is the idea. So if you come in here one night and you want to do a light hike in, I could bring in a potato and you know, a piece of steak or some sausage, and then now I got some corned beef hash just sitting there. Or if I want to bring in a couple eggs, then I got some corned beef hash and baked beans for dinner and stuff like that, and salt and pepper and utensils. You know, I'm hoping that each hike is going to be easier and easier. Every time I come in, maybe bring a can of food, bring an item. Today I brought a lot just to get it in here, but it's all here now, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun to just have this here and be our little secret. Felt like making a little coffee, so all I got here right now is just water in this stainless steel cup, and we're just going to let it sit there until it gets nice and warm. Okay, so the water finally got warm enough to add some coffee. For those of you who don't know, I used to work in a correctional facility. This is jail coffee. It's not that great, but it comes in these nice little packages. So the way this works is basically just a French press. Stanley makes it, I believe. Get the water hot, throw the grounds in there. And this has a screen on it. Then you just give it a slow. What do you think about that, huh? Let's see here, what we got. This camping trip is brought to you by Yeti. Wouldn't that be nice? All right. Some in there. There you have it. Let it cool down and try it out. Don't hear anything up here. Just quiet. There's a little babbling brook down there. Hear it under the ice. It's snowing pretty good. I don't know if it shows up. So this little wood stove is holding up really good right now. A little fire in here. I'm just feeding it a little bit at a time so I don't, go through my reserve here for the night. And then down in here you got some air vents. They're open. And then every once in a while, come in here and go open here with a poker. And go underneath the fire to get some air, knock some of the coal out. And then it's good for a little while longer. It's keeping a tremendous amount of heat in here actually. It's not insulated, but it's blocking the wind. It's pretty, still pretty nasty out. My dad picked this up. Who knows where, some auction or garage sale. Used to drive all around looking for knickknacks to bring into the camp and stuff, and glad this is still here and glad it's still working. It's working well. Getting kind of hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and put this potato in. Sweet potato. Let's see. I'm just going to pop it right over here. There we go. Let that sitting there for a while. Okay, getting ready to put some steak on. I think our potato's doing pretty good in here. It feels pretty soft. Pop that out. Smells good. Just a little vegetable oil, salt, and pepper. See if there's a little light on that. There you have it. Little yam and steak out in the lean-to. It's about 8:30. I like having a little snack, so I opened up a can of good old ravioli. I'm gonna throw this pan back in the oven here, or back in the stove, and let it get hot, and have some ravioli in a minute. So basically, there goes a little light. I've just been sitting here laying in my sleeping bag. All I'm wearing is a couple of thermals, this light down jacket, and some long underwear. Got a little hat on. Right now we're we're waiting on the raviolis to heat up, but it's not too bad in here. It gets chilly every once in a while, and I stock the stove, and that sleeping bag keeps you pretty warm once you get in it. So I think we're gonna have an okay night. I think we're gonna have enough wood and got enough snacks in here to get us through. So I think we'll see how this ravioli heats up and turns out, and might be it for the night. Good morning. It's pretty cold. Don't know how cold it is. We made it through the night. Fell asleep probably around I don't know, maybe 11 o'clock, and then slept for a little while, got up, stoked the fire, basically put in all the wood that I had left, got it nice and hot, and then was able to sleep basically till now. Fire's out, wood's gone. I think it's about 7:30 right now. Probably gonna cut some wood, so it's so there's some stuff here next time I come in, and then I'm gonna head out. Probably won't be here too long this morning. So it's kind of hard to see, but that orange is the sun hitting the mountains behind us. It's all mountain back there, so very beautiful, but we're kind of down a hole here, so it's tough to see. Okay, that's going to be about it. It's 8:30 in the morning. Stacked just enough wood there. Just enough wood to get something going the next time I'm in, and then I have a lot of wood cutting to do again. Again, next time I should be carrying in a lot less stuff, so I'll have some more energy and hopefully a helping hand with me. So until next time, thanks for watching. Hope you guys thought this was pretty cool.